Hey, what's up everybody? I'm going to do another classic rock reaction. This one is called Living in the Past. It's from progressive rock group Jethro Tull. Let's get it. Flute and rock and roll.
Happy and I'm smiling, walking miles to drink your water. You know I love you, and about you there's no other.
I know this song, man.
We'll go walking out while others shout of what's disaster. Oh, we won't give in, let's go living in the past.
I've heard this tune before. Okay. Flute's interesting. Hold up, man. Sorry for the pause, man. First impressions of the tune. It just came racing back all of a sudden out of nowhere. I know this song. I can't tell you how and from where, but it's taken me back to my early years as a kid. The flute got my attention right away, and I had a question in my mind. I don't know if I've ever heard a flute in rock music before, and then something in my mind said, oh yes you have. And then I just got this childhood memory. So I've heard this song before. Either, I'm not even sure if it would have been my mom playing it or my dad playing it, or maybe one of our many friends who used to come over and have all kinds of different types of music, but it goes back to my childhood years. And in any case, man, first impressions of the song itself, really good beat. There's a message in it. I like the presence of the flute. It's very fitting for the tone and the pacing and everything. It fits well with everything. And I like the beat, the bass line, the that's excellent. It really sets a really nice foundation to build on, and it keeps your attention too, because you know that more is coming, something more, and it's a question of how are they going to fill it in now, right? They're going to fill it in with the flute. The guy's vocals is really good too. His voice is excellent. His voice kind of gives you, it's telling a story. It's one of those voices that he could do narration with, you know what I mean? So his voice is excellent in this song as well. So there's the message behind it that I'm trying to connect to. Living in the past, there was strife, and so I think that he's looking for the simpler times of the past. I'm not sure. I need to hear more. Let's keep going. Yep. Revolution.
Let us close our eyes outside the light. Go on much faster.
Let us close our eyes. We'll keep living in the past. Simpler times, without war and strife and revolution. That's what he's singing about. So he must be talking to his wife. That's still living in the past. This flute has really grown on me. It's got a charismatic touch to him too. Okay. So that was Jethro Tull. All right. Living in the past. I like everything about this song. I like his voice. I like the message content. I like that really awesome bass line that carries everything. I like that. I like the presence of the flute. It's very, very fitting in this song, and how they're kind of laying that pace and kind of building. I like that. So he's singing about there's a relationship involved between him and a lady, and I think that it's an outlook for how they're going to conduct their future affairs, because all around them there's war, revolution, conflict, strife, uprisings, and he's saying to her, let's live our lives like this. I think he said in one passage, let's close our eyes and go back and live the way that it used to be, in peaceful. And I think there's a part where he says once he used to be a part of it, every boy and girl are my friend, because he was kind of going along with things. Now there's revolution and they don't know what they're fighting. So he wants to take himself away from that, take himself and his lady away from it, and live more in a peaceful manner, more in a quiet way. I think that's what I'm getting from it. Anyway, man, let's look into Jethro Tull a little bit. I don't know anything about him. If you were to say to me, name a song from Jethro Tull, I couldn't. And but now I do. I remember this song, and I realize that it's a good song. I've always liked it. It's still in my memory banks as something that I enjoyed listening to. Maybe not listening to on a number of occasions, but hearing at least. So I'm just bringing up my Wikipedia song facts here. Jethro Tull, living in the past. Okay, just a little background. Okay, so Jethro Tull are a British rock band formed in Blackpool, Lancashire in 1967. Initially playing blues rock, the band later developed its sound to incorporate elements of hard and folk rock to forge a progressive rock signature. Named after an 18th century English agriculturalist, the band is led by vocalist, flutist, guitarist Ian Anderson. I've heard of Ian Anderson. Yeah. The band has featured a revolving door of lineups through the years. The group first achieved commercial success in 1969 with the folk-tinged blues album Stand Up, which reached #1 in the UK. Their musical style shifted in the direction of progressive rock with the albums Aqualung, Thick as a Brick, and A Passion Play, and shifted again to heavy rock mixed with folk rock with songs from The Wood and Heavy Horses. Jethro Tull has sold an estimated 60 million albums worldwide, with 11 gold and 5 platinum albums among them. They have been described by Rolling Stone as one of the most commercially successful and eccentric progressive rock bands. Okay. Rolling Stone giving a good review. Formation of the song. Living in the Past is one of Jethro Tull's best known songs and is notable for being written in the unusual 5/4 signature. The 5/4 signature is quickly noted from the beginning rhythmic bass pattern. Okay? The 5/4 signature. Okay. I'll remember that. The single reached #3 on the UK singles chart. The song was originally recorded before the sessions for the '69 album Stand Up, released in the same year as a standalone single. However, it became more popular after its 1972 release on the album of the same name. After its release on the album, it became the band's first top 20 hit in the US, peaking at #11. In a Songfacts interview, Ian Anderson says, and I quote, 2 or 3 times I have, in the early days, tried to write something that was deliberately in a more pop context. Living in the Past was written specifically as a single, albeit a little bit of an oddball song, being in 5/4 signature. It wasn't obviously the choice of a listening public to have a complex time signature, but I tried to work within that framework of doing something that set out with a non-common time signature, but would have some catchy appeal because of the musical rhymes and the title, and that succeeded. Okay. As quoted in a 1984 interview for a UK music magazine, Ian Anderson said of the song, quote, "To be honest, I've always loathed and detested that song. In fact, when it was first a hit, I used to hide in a corner and cringe. But the guys in the band now are keen to play it, and you know, I'm beginning to grow accustomed to the damn thing." Unquote. So, the worst critic is the artist himself of his own work. Yeah, I hear that. Okay, so 50th anniversary tour. In September 2017, Anderson announced plans for a tour to commemorate the 50th anniversary of This Was and a new studio album in 2018. On June 2018, Parlophone Records released a new 50-track career collection celebrating the band's 50th anniversary, featuring all 21 Tull albums named 50 for 50. In the notes of the 50 for 50 booklet, it is said that the new album, scheduled for 2019, will be a solo record by Ian Anderson and not a new album by Jethro Tull. Yeah, that's good news and bad news for some. Legacy. Jethro Tull's music has been referenced in popular culture, appearing in movies like Anchorman, Almost Famous, and Apollo 18. In television, it's been featured in the series The Simpsons, Breaking Bad, Supernatural, Life on Mars, and Fargo, and it's been featured in numerous commercials. Their influence on musicians includes Iron Maiden, Pearl Jam, Blind Guardian, and Rush. Rush's Geddy Lee, for example, said about Jethro Tull, and I quote, "I was a massive Tull fan from very young, and I hope that too reflects in Rush. I was mesmerized by Ian Anderson. His presentation was simply magical, and he delivered it with such a sense of humor and great style. We of Rush saw it as a huge challenge to try and create something that can seem so dynamic on stage." Unquote. Okay. It's a very, very good testimony to Jethro Tull's ability to entertain from Geddy Lee of Rush. Okay, man. Yeah, so going back to what I said in my first impressions, I think that the flute definitely has a place in rock music. It's different, it's unique, it kind of takes you off somewhere, kind of takes you away a little bit, but I believe it has a place in rock music, just like I believe that the organ has a place in rock music and classic rock. I mean, I listen to some of the Led Zeppelin tracks that have the organ in it. It's really, really well utilized. And Child in Time from Deep Purple comes to mind. There's a few others, I'm sure, but I can't think of at the moment. I say that about the organ only because I've heard it said before by some people that they could take it or leave it, and it's not so significant in rock and roll, classic rock, contemporary rock. I think it is. And I'm going to say the same thing about the flute, especially the way that Ian Anderson utilizes it. It's utilized perfectly in this song. And now I'm definitely intrigued enough to want to look into what more of their music has the flute in it. It also says that he's a multifarious musician, so he's also a guitarist. So I imagine that the flute isn't in every single Jethro Tull song, but I definitely want to track down a list of those songs that includes the flute so I can kind of do some sampling, The lyrics, though, in the end, is what I think makes this song as good as it is. The visual that I got from him from beginning to end was I think he's talking to his lady, girlfriend, wife. And the first passage, let me just go down to the lyrics here. "Happy and I'm smiling, walking miles to drink your water. You know I love you and above you there's no other." And he's trying to, I think, to tell her that, let's separate ourselves from all of the stuff going on around us. We'll go walking out while others shout of war's disaster. So everyone is protesting, doing all kinds of things, getting so busy with the goings on of what's happening in the world around them. I'm thinking that this is, the Vietnam era, the Cold War era, for example. And then he says, "Once I used to join in. Every boy and girl was my friend. Now there's revolution, but they don't know what they're fighting." So he used to be a part of the movement and things. Maybe he got to a point where he realized, hey, even though there's nobility in what we're doing, it's like almost like a cat chasing its tail in a way. And at some point in time, you gotta break away and live your life. And so then he goes on. I'm still visualizing talking to his lady. "Let us close out eyes. Outside their lives go on much faster." So let's take our focus away from all of this and focus on something here that's a little bit more promising. Let's build a life together. And we can't do that if we're going to be involved with the chaos going on here. So let's go over here and start anew and do something more. That's what I'm getting. We won't give in. We'll keep living in the past. In the past, when there was no wars, when there was no strife, when things were simpler, easier, more enjoyable. That's what I'm getting from this. Let me know if I'm missing something. I could be missing something huge. You know what I mean? It's just in my mind's eye, first impressions, what I'm getting from this. But I like the message behind it, the intent of it, and I like how the platform of the music allows for you to tune into the lyrics and get the gist of the message and the theme coming from it. It doesn't. Sometimes there are some songs where you don't catch the drift and the meaning of the lyrics and the theme because it's just overshadowed so much by the music and the instrumentals. But not here in this song. It's harmonized. It's harmonized perfectly, and you enjoy the musicianship, but you're still keeping on track with the theme of the lyrics, and I like that. It's a really, really excellent balance. Yeah, man, I like this song. It's an excellent song. It's definitely going on my playlist, and what it's done is it's whet my appetite to do a little bit more research and to get into their catalog a little bit, and that's where you come in, man. Let me know what I should listen to next where Jethro Tull is concerned. Give me a list of your favorites. Hopefully a few will ring a bell. I imagine they will. I mean, these guys sold what, 60 odd million albums, so they weren't a flash in the pan. So I know that I'm gonna recognize some more of their tunes. So give me your top list, your top whatever of what you think I should check out next, and I'll definitely look into it. Yeah, I like him. I like Ian Anderson. I like his presence. I like his charismatic persona. I like the way he talks in interviews, the way he's describing his work, how he approaches it, how he thinks of his own work. So he's quite a character, and I look forward to getting a little bit more acquainted with him. Even in the little video, you know, he's blowing his flute, he's looking at the camera, he's got his eyes all open and stuff. Yeah, so I can imagine really falling in like with Ian Anderson. So I'm looking forward to checking out some more of their work. Anyways, man, thanks very much for joining me, and let me know what your list is, and I'll definitely make sure to check them out. Have a good day, take care, and I'll see you in another reaction. Peace.